who drops onto the bench.
Shinsuke Nakamura back in the Celtic side today. After injury, he'll be looking to supply the front two of Jan Vennegoor of Heslick and Scott McDonald to get the goals for Celtic to take them into the next round.
Georgia Samaras could start his Celtic career today. He is on the bench. For Martin Corrigan, well, he was the one man who did manage to beat Alan Combe the last times these teams met at Celtic Park. He was unfortunate with the own goal. Tell you what, he played well. Paul Caddis, not sure if he was expecting this afternoon, but he's preferred now at right back. It's been a difficult position for Celtic this season. And our referee is the 40-year-old policeman Ian Brines, a FIFA official since 2003. And ready to get underway in the last 16 of the Scottish Cup. Lee Naylor forward looking for it, doesn't get it past McDonald. Celtic in the change kit, the all green. Paul Bryson nipping in. Jim Jeffries took charge of Kilmarnock shortly after the last third Scottish Cup round tie between Kilmarnock and Celtic back in January 2002. The last cup meeting between the sides, Celtic won 2-0 here at Rugby Park. Jim Jeffries has yet to enjoy victory against the men from Celtic Park. Naylor looking for Vennegoor of Heslick. Brown on the edge of the box. Caddis had taken up a good run. Caddis advancing, decent ball in the box, turned well away by Hamill. And it was up to Fraser Wright to clear. On to Hay. On by Gibson. McManus looking for Donati. Probably feel a little bit under pressure, as the boys were talking about the studio. Celtic plenty of midfield options. There's Gary Wales almost closing down McManus. Caldwell long. This is going to go too long, and Alan Cole back in goal. Important for Kilmarnock. Alan Cole managed to make it. He was fit again, although Chad Harper, I believe, did a little wrong at New Broomfield during the week.
Yeah, stepped in, did a good job, but Alan Cole being the main man this season. Kilmarnock not doing well in the league, but he certainly saved them and got them a few more points.
So Gordon Strachan was out as soon as Celtic got here. Looking at the pitch, he said that would influence his team selection. Already has a couple of notes to make in the first 90 seconds or so. Cool. Invincible loses it out to Donati. Ford tries to knock the ball on. There's some confusion by Corrigan in the midfield. Nakamura just knocking it past Caddis, who slid. Gibson eager to get on the end of things for Kilmarnock. I think he'll give way to Gary Hay. Came through the youth system. Gary Hay looks ahead of him, see where his options are. Nakamura tries the defensive header. Comes all the way through. Gibson. And Simon Ford. The best pass to Jamie Fowler. Goes down by McDonald. Ford onto Invincible. Heavy first touch. Given away by Aidan McGeady. Corrigan, who's played that central midfield role many a time for Motherwell, so he'll be comfortable enough in there. Jamie Hamill in advanced position. Gary Caldwell across. And a fairly even start in the opening 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's just looking at the two formations. Important role for Corrigan, just sitting in there in front of his two central defenders, breaking up any balls into feet, just stopping Celtic from playing. And you know the Celtic system by now, 4-4-2, just trying to get it down and play, get it into wide areas, and hopefully get it into the box for the front two.
Kelly won the throw again. Gary Hay looks ahead of him. And we find Scott Brown headed back in by Corrigan. Gary Wales. See what Craig Bryson had made a good run in advance, but good play from Celtic. Here comes Corrigan. Set it out wide. Hay stayed forward. Two in the box. And that's good tracking back by Paul Caddis. And the first corner goes the way of Kelly.
It's great play from Kelly. Nakamura switches off. Hayes in behind him. Lovely little ball through. Gets it across, deflected for a corner.
Fraser Wright is forwards. 3 goals this season. Simon forward to the near post. Over it comes. Boric beaten to it by Caldwell outside the box. He didn't get a very good hit on it, but Ford had stayed forward. Caldwell to Donati. Celtic survived the pressure. Alice Hamill tracking across. Gibson makes himself available again. He tried to take on McGeady, not a sensible place to do so. But he recovered well, but fouling as he went through to play the ball. Well, there's players you want to take on. Even McGeady's not one of them at the moment.
Not at the moment. He's just switched wings there. If Nakamura finds himself out in the right and draws a foul, but they might do that during this game. They might just keep switching, give the two full-backs for Kilmarnock something to think about.
The sun comes out to kiss the rugby park surface. We had snow here earlier and a bit of rain too. Donati onto Nakamura. Naylor had stumbled. To McDonald. McGeady too close to Donati, so he'll spring it out wide. Paul Caddis, a 19-year-old. Well, the Vennegoor Hesselink, that's a nice flick through. McDonald was being shielded well, Invincible being told to get rid of it. And down the line, but only found Naylor. Intelligent pass in field to Donati. Donati on the angle, he looking. Vennegoor Hesselink will win that header. Alan Cole has to come and deal with the situation.
Yeah, he has to, but McDonald's too far away from him. It's a diagonal ball. Vennegoor of Hesselink's always going to win it and knocks it down, but there's too much distance between McDonald and Vennegoor of Hesselink that time. Has to get closer to him.
Illustration too, Billy, why the fullbacks have to get tight on both McGeady and Nakamura, because the quality of the ball coming in.
Well, that's it. If you give them time in those wide areas, you know, they're going to put quality balls in the box. You get close to them, stop the cross at source, you don't get goals against.
Ford trying to knock it down. So Naylor, foot race perhaps for Wright if he doesn't judge it correctly, but he does. He's matured so well. There's Fraser Wright, his 21st Scottish Cup tie today. His 4th in the blue and white of Killie. Formerly played his trade with Stranraer. McGeady gets away from Fowler, moves away from Bryson as well. McGeady. He scored some good goals this season, Aidan McGeady, to be fair to him. A couple more than last term already, but always looked off balance.
Yeah, he did, but the warning signs are there. You see him picking it up, the quick feet right across the face of the Kilmarnock defence. Yeah, there's no finish, but there's certainly warning signs there that he's on his game.
Oh, Jim Jeffries didn't want to lose Colin Nish, certainly not before this tie. Colin Nish has made his way to Easter Road. That's right. It's the ball through. Corrigan in the midfield. Bryson can't get there. Brown closed down by Hamill. Good play from Scott Brown, right in the challenge. Going between two, sliding challenge from Gibson. Well, he was out early for the warm-up without even the tracksuit top on, just the t-shirt. In the snow, the wind and the rain. He's a hardy boy, Scott Brown. As McGeady tries to play it to him, cut out by Bryson. He gets it back. Another tracking back and just catching Craig Bryson. I mentioned the fact Colin Nish is away. Gary Wales now the man up front, a different type of player.
Yeah, totally different. You know, he's going to work the channels. Nish wouldn't do that, but they're going to lose out early. You know, when the ball's played up to him, he's not going to be one that goes and wins it there and knocks it down to, hopefully, his central midfield player supporting him.
Bryson and Hamill, the men who have to come forward and try and support Gary Wales. So Killie will be happy enough with the start that's made. Now the goalkeeper troubled. Gary Wales, former Hearts player. His last Scottish Cup goal came as a Hearts man. McDonald's started to slip. Ford away. It's Caldwell. Donati on to Caldwell. Caddis will leave that for McGiddy. Nakamura yelling for it. McGiddy trying to go himself. Will slide from Bryson. Corrigan. And Hamill plays it on to Fowler. The 7-year-old looks ahead over. Wills chasing, little chance against McManus. Interesting Kilmarnock formation today. I've seen the last couple of matches between these sides, Billy. They've gone 3-5-2, they've gone 4-4-2, and today it's a 4-5-1.
Yeah, it's obviously just not worked in previous games against Celtic. They really keep it tight, especially in the early part of this match, not giving anything away. As we said, central midfield area. So I think it was Hamill there blocking anything into feet. That's an important area, just trying to keep it tight. And then as the game progresses, they'll get a chance.
Wales gets the flick ahead of McManus that time, but nobody in behind.
That's the thing, you know, they need support. It's hard. It's played up to him. He does win that one in there, but Invincible's not close to him. And certainly on the other side, Willie Gibson's got to try and get him support.
Nakamura on to Donati. Scott McDonald into feet. Miller, well, he had no room to go on the outside. Well, the Kilmarnock fans thought that was going to be a throw their way. And then Brian said no. Naylor. McDonald gets away from Ford. Vinegar Hesslink's in the box. That's a decent cross. McGiddy too supporting. Headed away by Fraser Wright. Down by Brown. Back to Vinegar Hesslink. It's a terrific pass. Vinegar Hesslink just couldn't bring it down. Fraser Wright away. And Gary Caldwell knocks it out. Good play from Scott Brown again.
Yeah, it was. He's held the ball up well so far in this match. Gets a bit of freedom on the left hand side. Good crossing. That's what McGiddy's got to do. If he's on the right hand side, get himself into the box. He does. He wins the header. Lovely ball by Brown. If he takes a better touch, it's a great chance for Vinegar of Hesselink.
Brown involved again. 8. And Gibson infield. Opportunity for Kilmarnock. Fowler on to Invincible. Invincible taking on Naylor. Penalty against the Englishman. Lee Naylor thinks that came off Danny Invincible.
I think he's got a case.
Fowler with a cross. Headed back by Gary Caldwell. And Gary Caldwell wasn't quite sure where he was. I'll tell you what, he looked back very quickly to see if he'd done any damage, but his goalkeeper was there.
Yeah, straight to the goalkeeper. But it's good to see Jamie Hamill got at least one of those central 3 midfielders supporting the striker, and on that occasion he did, but as he said, Caldwell flicks it back to his goalkeeper.
Well, if you look at unsung players in the SPL, I think Jamie Hamill's one of them. His 12th consecutive start for Killie today. It's defensive duties now for Kilmarnock. Bryson trying to track back McGiddy. He does so well, and he wins the throw, knocking it off McGiddy. McGiddy has a word. Ian Bryant's just asking Aidan McGiddy to calm down.
I think it was a Celtic throw-in, and I think he's got a few wrong so far, Mr. Bryant. But I think he's actually saying there, you know, calm down, I've made a mistake, let's go on with it. If that's the case, that happens, you've just got to go on with the game.
McManus away to Corrigan, tries the flick over the head of Vinegar Hesselink. Lovely play from Martin Corrigan. Beautifully done. Gibson. On to Hay, that was presented though to Scott Brown. Celtic break. Here comes Brown, right. He's not sure he should go out, he really has to. The low ball into the box, Vinegar Hesselink forward with the initial challenge, and then a good save from the goalkeeper. Well, that was good defending from Kilmarnock. Forward in the first place and called quickly out. Vinegar Hesselink denied twice.
Slack play for Kilmarnock. Give the ball away. You don't want to give it to Brown. He's away on the right hand side. It's a magnificent ball in the box. Hesselink does everything right. Gets a cross, gets a good strike. Magnificent defending from Ford, and then Combe that plays his part also.
Cup holders forward. Here comes McGiddy. On to Nakamura. What a pairing that is. McDonald was unmarked. He couldn't find him. Now Naylor to Donati. Celtic players flooding into the box. Won't beat the first man, Jamie Fowler. Well, that appeared to go into the side of his head. And sometimes you've got to make a sacrifice. And Jamie Fowler did that.
Yeah, he took one for the team. But Celtic starting to get players into wide areas. and it's that time it's Donati and you're expecting a better cross. But as I said, you know, as a full back, get close to him, don't let the cross come in. Fowler did exactly that.
They nail it. Those targets of Donati, Nakamura, McDonald, and of course Vinegar Hesselink inside the box. Vinegar Hesselink being marked by Ford. Ford won the header. Comes back to Naylor. There's McGeady. No. About the first time, and that should. Again, it's very tight, but I think that might be the wrong way. I fancy that as a killing throw initially.
Yeah, but he's, you know, he changed his mind. He's getting things, a few things wrong, but at least they're only small things in the early part of the game.
Well, it's all about the big decisions when you're a referee. Well, Hearts, Falkirk, Gretna and Inverness, Cali Thistle have already fallen. One of these SPL teams will go out today. Well, here's Celtic. I mean, it was, as you say, an initial mistake, but Brown did well.
Yeah, Gibson giving the ball away high up the pitch, and Brown's on it in a flash, and he runs the full length of the pitch. It's a lovely ball in, and you see it there. Great tackle by Ford. If he doesn't get in there, that probably ends up in the net, and then Combe comes out to block it at the second attempt.
Best chance of the match so far. Here's Nakamura. McDonald's made a good run. Comes up the arm of Gibson. Gibson then blocking McDonald, but the referee hadn't given permission for the free kick to be taken. Well, Willie Gibson, it was one of these ones, the ball comes up, hits the arm and you go to play it. I'm sure we saw one of them the other night.
It was unfortunate, and he didn't know much about it, just come up, hit his arm, and as you see, you've got to play on. This time the referee spots it, though, that's the difference.
Well, Ronaldo scored what they reckon was the best ever free kick in the English Premiership during the week. I think Billy Dodds agrees. What can Nakamura do from this distance? There's been a touch of the Ronaldos about him in the past. Nakamura, Donati, and there's the Celtic man on the wall. Nakamura, left foot, the wall does its job. And I think he clattered that into Gary Wales. Scott Brown had his foot taken from him, and that's quite rightly a free kick. Kilmarnock players don't like it. That was called correctly.
Yeah, it's a great play from Scott Brown again. He wins the tackle, comes to him, he flicks it outside his right. I think it's Corrigan coming in, catches him as a free kick. Good play from Kilmarnock. They're trying to close him down, but he just catches him late there.
And it could be time for Nakamura part 2. Martin Corrigan enjoyed a good spell against Celtic, the own goal. You remember the League Cup semi-final as well, involved in the pass-back incident that led to the free kick from Sean Maloney. They won it for Celtic. So Nakamura stands waiting. The wall worked once, and the wall works again. Invincible goes up, and the ball rather hits him than he hits the ball, but somehow he won the second ball. And Donati has to go back and come on up to take this a little moral victory. 2 free kicks repelled.
It's good defending, because as a wall, sometimes your manager can say don't jump, but I think Jim Jeffries had the word, make sure he jumps, because Nakamura, you know, he can get it up and down, and that's why they're jumping, make themselves big, and they blocked it twice.
Challenge from behind by Brown, allowed to roll by the referee. Nowhere to go by Hamill, but he played it sensibly in field. And then exceed possession too easily. McManus says play that back to the goalkeeper. With 18 minutes played, it's 0-0 here. Celtic unbeaten in the last 25 matches against Kilmarnock. They've won 23 of them, they've drawn 2. Kilmarnock have forgot what it's like to win against Celtic. Can they rekindle that today? Oh, head flick infield by Gibson, not good enough. McDonald just going in too heavily. The assistant Mark Cryans is helping the referee out. He's saying that was a free kick. Tough goal from this distance.
It's man's game, isn't it? It's just shoulder to shoulder. McDonald, we know he's strong. There you go. It's never a foul for me. But Celtic having a good spell. Come on, not having a lot going forward. Celtic having a good spell without creating great chances.
Martin Cryans on the far side as we watch. As Alan Combe conceded in each of his last 6 matches. It's Chad Harper with a clean sheet against Airdrie United. So Gary Hay, 250 appearances for Killie. In front of Gordon Strachan. Donati away from Nakamura's flick. Donald brings it down well under pressure. Good tracking back by Bryson. Ford tries to bring Gibson into the play. Take it past Carris, who stood his ground. He's getting involved in the match with Gibson when he can.
Yeah, if you can get the ball to them, as I say, it's more about a containing job so far in the match for Kilmarnock, but any time they've got it to him, he looks quite tricky.
Hamill onto Gibson. Now what can he do trick-wise? Plays it back to Hamill, onside. Hamill, low ball into the box. It was poor control from Gary Hay. As the ball just comes in too quickly. Kept in by Caddis, blocked by Gibson. Paul Caddis, a regular in the under-19 team. McDonald off to Nakamura. Vinegar Hessling's made an intelligent run on the right. McDonald racing into the box to meet it, and again Fraser Wright came back. Fraser Wright and Jamie Fowler. Wright went one side, Fowler the other, and Fowler made the challenge on McDonald.
It's a great battle, that, because McDonald does ever so well holding up in the midfield. By the end of the release down the right hand side, McDonald gets himself into the box. They're wide open because one of the centre defenders is way out of position, but Wright's all the way back with McDonald, tracking him all the way into the box. Great cross again. He meets it the same way as Venegoor of Hesselink did, but he's there blocking. It's brilliant defending.
Intelligent play from Fowler and Wright. Now Venegoor of Hesselink on to McDonald. Good save from Alan Combe. Turned away by Ford. Out wide to Nakamura. Celtic continue to push. Nakamura up against Hay. Caddis on the overlap. The youngster drives it out of McDonald into the side and scores. Beautiful finish from Scott McDonald. He hits 20 for the season. Caddis with a setup, and it's so often the case. McDonald with a finish.
It was coming. You could see it building up. Celtic finding space all over the pitch. Just what one chance? Well, they work on a great striking play with Venegoor of Hesselink and McDonald. He gets a shot, it's blocked out. It's Nakamura playing it in the box. Front post run. You know who's there. Lays it down the side. There you go, front post. McDonald rams it into the net.
Alan Combe didn't look too happy with Simon Ford. Is the defender at fault?
It's a hard one because he's going front post and he tries to mark him. They've had a few on this occasion, but Willie Gibson drops a runner. He just rolls it round. There you go, young Caddis down the right hand side. Nakamura sticks him in. Gibson's dropped him. Front post run, you know where it's going to end up.
Superb finish from Scott McDonald. And 20 goals in his first season at Celtic Park. Well, a success story. If you wondered how well he would do, well, wonder no more. Well, you have to go back to 1978 for the last time that Kilmarnock scored against Celtic in the Cup at Rugby Park. Derek McDicken, a name from the past, and a 1-0 win. Killie are one division below Kilmarnock. Killie were in division below Celtic, I beg your pardon. McGeady now with the opportunity. Now this is an important time of the match now for Kilmarnock. They can't get rattled. They've got to hold on because Celtic can now go over the top of them.
That's it, you don't want to lose another goal. You know, one you're always going to get a chance, two so much more difficult.
McGeady, a little chip ball. Vinegar Hesselink waiting for him. McDonald watches on as McManus got the head around. Well, I wonder for a second if that was flashing across to Scott McDonald, but again, great play from McManus in support.
Yeah, Kilmarnock don't do enough defensively again, and you know, McGeady on top of his game takes on two players, stands it up, McManus wins it. I think it takes a flick off a Kilmarnock defender. They want a corner kick, referee gives a by kick.
Oh, McManus, he's done well. It's the captain of the side. Naylor Not again. Celtic took the lead when they played here back in November. Won by 2-1. Scott McDonald got them both on that occasion. And he scores again here at Rugby Park. Wales and Cornwall both were holding each other. Corrigan. Nutmeg on McGeady, but he couldn't gather it the other side. Celtic passing. And Hamill getting ahead of Scott McDonald. On to Invincible, play on. Hamill was taken out of play. Invincible gets away from one, but not away from Naylor. Play on, says the referee. The ball's with Bryson. 2 in the box for Kelly. There's so many players back. Wales on to Hamill, trying to find Gibson. Comes out, that was taken away from Martin Corrigan. Well, Ian Brighton's trying to let the play flow.
I think he's good refereeing. Maybe the second one, Kilmarnock would have loved a free kick in that situation, but it's good play because they've picked up the ball down the right hand side. They could have put it in the box. They didn't. They turned back and the move breaks down.
I agree. I think the second one, the free kick into the box with plenty of players forward, would have suited the home side. Nakamura on to Caddis. Good on to Donati. Invincible. Invincible. Corrigan. Kilmarnock want to find a way back into this match now. Ford came forward. Want it on to Hamill. Fraser Wright. Gary Hay. Gibson. Knocked it off Nakamura. Caddis is there. He's just going to let it run, but it wouldn't do so. Well, Willie Gibson just presented himself, basically saying, knock the ball off me, and that's what Caddis did.
Yeah, it's all he can do, and it's the tale of those two young boys so far. If you look at the goal, Paul, you know, as it defensively, Willie Gibson switches off, drops Caddis, but, you know, offensively, young boy, overlap and run as a fullback, great delivery and end up with a goal.
Well, Scott McDonald for the challenge to take out the man on the near side. He took out Hamill, and the referee waited and eventually went to the back pocket, so Scott McDonald was booked. That was the bad side of Scott McDonald. This was the good side. Now look at the pass. Nakamura knew Caddis was there. Caddis on the overlap, and that was a tight finish, beautifully done.
Yeah, the paces on the ball, we used to love them as a striker, just get a connection on it. But as you saw, Nakamura spots Caddis, and it's only a matter of seconds, and Willie Gibson switched off for a second and was punished.
Yeah, they say you could hit the back of the stand from any distance. Is that true?
Yeah.
Simon Ford. I mean, on a day like today, Billy, you know, yourself as a former striker, I mean, Gary Wales going to have to lot to do. I'll get your thoughts in a second as McDonald comes forward, past his man. Vennegoor ahead of it, off to McGeady. This is good play from Celtic again. McGeady trying to go wide, and the sliding challenge, well read by Fowler. To Invincible. Pushing going on. It's a hard shift for Gary Wales, trying to find something to get a chance.
Yeah, it is. But the thing is, Kilmarnock are not doing enough defensively to start winning the ball, especially in the midfield area. They've got the extra man in there. If they start winning second ball, keep a bit of patience, bit of passing, and then they can maybe pick the right time to go up to Wales. But right now they're defending and just launching it, and it's coming straight back.
Hamill flicks it on. Invincible at the edge of the box. Breaks for Gibson. He's on an overlap. Played infield onto Hamill. Here comes Fowler. He comes into the box. That could break through for Gibson. And waiting for it was Hamill. He didn't need to go through on the goalkeeper. He simply didn't need to do that. And the yellow card will come out as a result.
Yeah, just leaves his boot in there. Caldwell's got to be aware as well. He's all over the top of the Kilmarnock player. Eventually goes through to Bonic, and Hamill shouldn't leave his foot in there. Knocked on, just leaving. It's a naughty one, and you know Bonic is going to react, and quite rightly so.
Yeah, he wasn't even close to getting the ball.
Just can't do that.
So Jamie Hamill, his debut last season against Hearts at Tynecastle, his home debut against Celtic, and he goes on the book. It was beaten by Venegura Hesselink. Nakamura being tracked back by Gary Hay. Gibson does come back this time. He'll get in front of Caddis. Caddis onto McDonald. And McGeady. Kelly, plenty of players back. McDonald, low ball into Brown. Not sure that was intentional, but it comes to McGeady. McGeady, a little chip ball across. Venegura Hesselink. It's missed by everybody. Off the post, comes back, cleared off the line. McDonald the first time by Ford, then blocked again. Kilmarnock living on the very edge of the Scottish Cup competition. Caddis played it in, hits off Corrigan, and he will try and thump the ball out of play. Well, Scott McDonald could have put this beyond Kilmarnock.
And Kilmarnock defending really narrow, and Celtic are getting down the sides every single move they create.
McDonald to Caddis again. Nakamura. He is out there again. Nakamura, a little shimmy and a cross. Fraser Wright looked awkward. Knocked away by Gibson. Barry Williams. Corrigan. Gary Hay took his eye off that, and everybody had gone into the Celtic half. He was under no pressure. Well, Venegura Hesselink was involved in the last move. He moves forward again. Donati, plenty of space to move forward. Fowler, that's to watch. Wilson's come out wide. McGeady, low ball in again. Venegura Hesselink, good save. He might come back to him. Alan Combe, important again. And the Celtic front two are starting to feast. Invincible. Onto his near side. And away. Well, Celtic are threatening to overwhelm Kilmarnock. Venegura Hesselink was first involved, and McGeady, particularly good ball across, and a good stop.
Yeah, it is. It's just they're finding so much width. It's ended up being Bryson who's having to come out. Fowler's got embroiled in midfield battle. Bryson's having to come and defend. You know, it's a great stand up by McGeady. Gets a flick. It's that front post run again by Venegura Hesselink. Hits the post. McDonald's in there. It's blocked. It's back to him again. It's blocked. It's last ditch defending. And same with the second move also.
Oh, Kilmarnock are finding it hard up front. They're finding it hard at the back. And it's Scott McDonald. The save from Alan Cole keeps Kilmarnock in it.
Yeah, it's good goalkeeping. It's a mixture of good last ditch defending and good goalkeeping. But as I was saying, I can't believe how narrow Kilmarnock are defending. You know, they are playing Fowler, but he's getting dragged in, and that's leaving Bryson to try and handle McGeady. That's not going to happen. McGeady's getting a lot of joy.
It's not the plan either. Here comes Celtic again. Venegura Hesselink just behind McDonald that time. Corrigan coming back, dancing it out of defence to Gibson. Fraser Wright sends it long. Comes down to Invincible. Invincible, if he could flick that past McManus. He's got an opportunity. Invincible, good tracking back by McManus. And Kelly have the corner.
It's better for Kilmarnock though. Wales onto Invincible. Picks it up, quick turn. We know he's got pace, but McManus matches him all the way.
Fraser Wright comes forward, scored against Celtic here in November. Simon Ford up to yet to score this season. Delivery key from Gibson. It's the Bryson. And he's got a Scottish Cup goal against Celtic in that famous upset against Clyde. But on that particular occasion, he had no chance. Well, Celtic has scored on the last 14 visits to Rugby Park. Are used to depositing the ball past Alan Combe. Alan Combe could do little about the goal. Everything else that's come his way he's done well. But a header though by Venegura Hesselink, who's quickly up to save. And Scott McDonald Ford right in behind his goalkeeper. Now Alan Combe got a clean sheet on opening day against Celtic. He was beaten twice here back in November, once so far. Scott McDonald's goal separating the sides. Wales tries to send the ball back onto Gibson. Gibson, was he taken late by Nakamura? Yes, says Ian Bryans. That's a good shout for Kilmarnock because the pass in field was a poor one anyway. And Willie Gibson just got his shin rattled there.
Yeah, it looks as if he's taken a sore one. It's not usually Nakamura's game, that, just obviously a forward player's tackle, but it's a good situation for Kilmarnock in a good area, good chance to win, a good delivery. In the last couple of minutes they've been getting players forward. We saw Invincible supporting Wales. That's more likely for Kilmarnock. They need to get players forward.
Shinsuke Nakamura, it's his 4th game back. And there's some concern for Willie Gibson. It's McQueen, the physio, looking on. Jim Jeffries, 21 matches without a victory against Celtic. He's always found it tough, although this season they played so well at Celtic Park in the defensive capacity before losing to the own goal from Martin Corrigan. But the SPL's longest serving boss looks on as his side trail. 10 minutes to half time. Gibson off the field of play. He stands to deliver. Pulls it back onto Corrigan, not a great angle. Corrigan though goes for the shot after Boric. Well, talking about slip through your fingers, but at least it slipped wide.
Well, let's just say dealt with it. And I thought they'd blown the chance because I thought they were going to put it in the box. It's rolled back to Corrigan. He doesn't strike it well. He's being closed down. Comes through a lot of bodies. It's dipping. Boric, he's lucky. He just touches it round the post. Does enough.
Accused him of butterfingers. I don't even think it got to his fingers. It was his head that cleared it in the end. Corner in. Boric again doesn't come for it. He does get a little bit bored in games under Boric, and then tries to do a little too much. Brought down by Corrigan. Important piece of play by Bryson, because Celtic had players on the break if McGeady had brought that down. Bryson again goes in. Here comes Invincible. On to Hamill, neatly away from Donati. Jamie Hamill again. Fowler onto Invincible. The high balls aren't helping. McManus has overrun it. The high balls really don't work for Kilmarnock today.
No, they don't, but you know, that's into a channel. It's a little bit better. If it was straight into the box centrally, the 2 centre defenders are going to deal with it. It's down the channel. Wales gives it a chase and gets a throw in. Better from Kilmarnock. They're pressing the ball, they're getting in tackles, and then they're passing it a few passes, getting a bit of patience, and that's enabling them to get a bit of the ball and go forward at the right times. What's been happening during the game so far, they've been getting it and quickly playing up to Wales. It's not good enough.
Invincible. On to Fowler. Away by Allison to Donati. And Miller again. There's a right ahead of Nakamura. And over to Donati, immediately looks for Brown. Alice slips. It looks okay out there, but it was raining earlier. We had plenty of snow this morning as well. Gary Colwell plays it forward. It's then the number 5, Fraser Wright. Hamill on to Gibson. He goes again. This is better football from Kilmarnock, just too heavy. But the passing's better, the idea's right, and they're playing themselves into the match.
As I said, it's just about winning the second balls and making sure you're getting plenty of possession. Before that it was all Celtic, Paul. Now Kilmarnock starting to win their tackles, and you see 3 or 4 passes, nearly releases Jamie Hamill on the left hand side. A lot better.
Fowler made sure McGeady wasn't getting there. Into Craig Bryson. And from Rutherglen back onto Simon Ford. Well, that's the worst ball of the afternoon. Straight to Nakamura. On to McDonald. Celtic don't need help like that. McDonald. Here comes McGeady. Donati and Venegura Hesselink ahead. McGeady nonchalant onto Donati. Onside. Donati. Little step over. And Bryson managing just to put the ball out of play. And then Cole making sure that Celtic aren't going to take it quickly. And eventually gives it on to Scott McDonald. Nakamura comes across. Celtic now with 34 Scottish Cup goals against Kilmarnock, 15 coming in the first 4 matches, 18 in the last 13 and the one today. A few early heavy wins for Celtic against Killie. Tight in recent times. Nakamura fired it in, almost came into Caldwell, and it's just thumped away. Kiddis. As far as Hay, he closed down by Venegura Hessling. That's a poor challenge from Venegura Hessling, and the referee will go to the top pocket. And the yellow card appears, so Celtic's front two have been striking at goal well, but unfortunately they found their way into the book also.
Yeah, McDonald was a bit unfortunate, but you can't do that. And it's not like the big guy, you've got to say that. He's just going over to try and defend and he catches him late. It's a poor tackle, deserves a booking.
3 yellow cards so far. Jamie Hamill, Scott McDonald and Jan Venegura Hessling. 1 goal. So the man on the ball, Scott McDonald, is being pushed over. Giving it for the earlier elbow. Scott McDonald, born of Scots parents. He was the internationalist. The one that slipped away from Scotland. He was qualified to play for his country. One of these parents. The man from Melbourne tries to get on the ball again. Ball by Bryson. McManus headed out of play and then said to the boys in front of him, "What did you want me to do?"
Yeah, he just deals with it. Going back to the performance so far, I think Jim Jeffries will be happy, not with the performance, that he's still in the game, because Celtic, you know, 3 or 4 chances after scoring, the game could have been out of sight for Kilmarnock, so Jim Jeffries will be happy in that department.
McManus. Over the top it goes. Celtic looking for their 11th consecutive win here at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock last one here against Celtic back in May 2001. Alan Mahood getting the only goal that day. Cohn plays it forward. Wales. That's good for Wales. Got away from Caddis. Sent it out wide. Here's Gibson. Invincibles in the box. It's all about delivery. Gibson goes in. Low ball in. Wales almost got in. That was Kilmarnock's best chance of the match so far. It comes with 4 minutes to half time.
Yeah, that's because the delivery's up to Wales' feet. He holds it up well, he passes out to Gibson, he drives it across. I think they're offside anyway, but if Wales gets a touch, it could end up in the back of the net, and there was 2 free Kilmarnock players, but I think the linesman would have gave offside.
Driven ball in. 4 players on the line.
Just the 4 yards offside. But better, Paul, because as it's up to the striker's feet, it's not in the air, he deals with it, he holds it up well, he spots Gibson, it's a good ball across, they're getting men in the box. That's exactly what Jim Jeffries will be wanting.
3 matches between these sides, been goalless at half time this season. Both of them, it has to be said, at Celtic Park. Celtic with a breakthrough, looking for another. Venegura Hessling on to McGeady. McGeady across, Brown brings it down. Right foot back to McGeady. Hamill's in front of him. Ball chipped across. Naylor had made a good run. Very important touch from Craig Bryson. Now Gibson. Ahead of him is Fraser Wright, the centre half. Tries to play it down the line, looking for Invincible. And Henry Caldwell comes across. Oh, Fraser Wright not slow in coming forward.
Yeah. Going back to that move again, I don't know if Fowler's happy out there. He's getting sucked in all the time into the centre of the pitch. McGeady's getting so much width. You know, the one thing you have to do to try and stop McGeady is get close to him. If you let him get that much width, he'll just destroy you, and that's exactly what's happening. Bryson's having to help him out. He just wants to get sucked in, and I don't know whether it's into the central area of defence or into the central area of midfield, but he has to sort it out.
Corrigan loses out to Venegura Hessling. Donald almost out to Jamie Hamill. Forward on to right. He to Invincible. Now on to Wales. Wales gets it back, trying to find Danny Invincible, and Lee Naylor blacks the ball into the Kilmarnock half. A mistake by Wright, tries to get back in the head of the Dutchman. The Dutchman's still going, and he's fouling. And there's 2 players battling for the ball. Bryson has to go through. Donati does so. Plenty of killing players forward. It's forward on to Hamill, being closed down by Brown. You could see the intention from Brown. That's not a free kick, that's a throw. Hamill slipped on the surface. Well, the only thing that you didn't hear was the noise of Scott Brown coming in behind Hamill. He was coming in behind him like a train. There was no way Hamill was going anywhere. We're battling by McGeady. McDonald ball out of play. Further forward, but straight at Naylor. And then a good Hesselink onto McDonald. Celtic looking for a killer second just before half-time. Nakamura, Karas, confident coming forward, confident in the cross. There's McGeady now. McGeady against Fowler. He's beaten him, he chips a little ball back, and then Combe is there. Good play by Combe when Gary goes to come short for it. Bryson's gone in advance of him, but Donati tracks back.
Young Caddis again, he's bombing forward every occasion. Wide areas, Nakamura turns and twists, rolls him in, great cross. Comes to McGeady, wide area, takes on Fowler again. Lucky he doesn't get a good cross in, but you know they really are getting a lot of joy in those wide areas, Celtic.
Into stoppage time. Nakamura onto Caddis. Gibson tracking back. He in front. Caddis with a good touch of pace. Fraser Wright has to come and knock the ball out of play. Well, the Killie defence have done okay in recent times. Last 5 games they've lost only 5 goals. They've only scored 4 times. They're under pressure here from Vennegoor. Hesselink almost set up, comes back to Brown, but the free kick's been awarded by Ian Bryans. A wry smile from the Dutchman. But Kilmarnock quite happy to see the free kick awarded.
I can't believe the throw-in. You know, 4 or 5 Kilmarnock defenders out the 18-yard box. You can't do that. You can't leave Jan Vennegoor Hesselink 1-on-1 with Ford. If that ball's into his feet, he turns, sticks in the net. You've got to get people around the belt, one in front to stop the ball going in to his feet, and Ford behind him, but it's not happening. Kilmarnock have been poor defensively so far.
And the half-time whistle goes at Rugby Park. Celtic have won the last 5 cup ties in all competitions against Kilmarnock, and they're ahead at half-time thanks to the top goal scorer for the season, Scott McDonald. Watch for the run here of Paul Caddis coming into your picture now. Caddis delivered and McDonald just turned that into the net. Goalkeeper with no chance. He thought Simon Ford though should have cut out Scott McDonald, but Scott McDonald's strike is the difference between these sides at half-time. Celtic in command so far. Half-time, Kilmarnock 0, Celtic 1.
Difference from something we'll have to.
Indeed, 1-0 Celtic, half-time in our Scottish Cup tie today at Rugby Park. Let's get back to Ayrshire and rejoin our commentary team, Billy Dodds and Paul Mitchell.
Well, Celtic have won the last 5 without conceding. They've taken Dundee United, Gretna, Stirling Albion, Kilmarnock and Falkirk. Another clean sheet will see them all the way into the last 8. Kilmarnock have to find goals, and they've also got to keep Celtic at bay. And Alan Cobb, well, a couple of great saves in the first half. He's been on sparkling form, and he's going to have to look ahead of him and hope that the outfield players can get some goals. David Fernandez on at half-time. He'll replace Willie Gibson. Johnson did take a knock before half-time, and David Fernandez on against his former club. He has scored in the Scottish Cup before, but he never ever scored for Celtic in any of the 3 Scottish Cup appearances for the Hoops. Celtic fans have come here, not in their usual large numbers, but fairly decent all the same, and they'll be relatively happy with what they've seen. And I think the start of the show from a Celtic point of view, principally because we've not seen him before, is Paul Caddis.
Yeah, just watching him all that first half, and then the half-time analysis there from the boys in the studio. He was electric, you know. He was up and down doing his defensive duties, but he just does it with a purpose. You know, when he got forward, there was a delivery, there was an end product, and when you ask him to defend, well, he certainly did that too. And my word, he looks a prospect.
Well, if it had been Andreas Hinkle, for example, or Paul Hart, they'd supplied that ball across, the intelligent run and linked up with Nakamura, we'd go on and on about it. No reason why we can't do so with a young lad either.
Yeah, exactly. We've got to talk him up, you know. Good lad, Hinkle, obviously a bit of experience, going to come back in the team at some point, but he's did himself no harm at all.
Paul Caddis, who's been in the Scotland under-21 squad, may well have a bright future ahead of him. Underway at the start of the second half. Kilmarnock need to find a way to get past Arthur Boric. They've troubled Boric on just a couple of occasions, and no more. They're not noted goal scorers in the first half, Kilmarnock, just 9 this season in the first half. They did get on the score sheet against Airdrie in the first half at New Broomfield with a couple of goals. First time they'd scored twice in the first half since mid-September. They have to go back to their usual second half scoring. Jim Jeffries looks on. He's won this competition as a manager with Hearts in '98. I'd love to be there in the final again with Kilmarnock. SPL teams will tumble. They have done so in this 4th round. They'll do so again in the 5th round.
Kilmarnock look as if they're going to have a little go. Invincible's going to the right, Bryson to the left. They're going a straight 4-4-2. So boys are saying in the studio, you'll find Fernandes, he'll be the one dropping off, trying to help out his midfield. But when they have the ball, he'll certainly be right up front along with Wales.
A mistake from Scott Brown. It's passing out of play. So Kilmarnock move forward. 10 of the 17 previous Scottish Cup matches, only one side has scored. And Kilmarnock find a way to get through. Here's Wales. It's a decent ball in! And tracking up there was Fernandes.
Yeah, it's Fernandes finding himself in a wide area, gets a throw in. We know he's got that, he loves people tight to him. Spins round, good cross the box. Wales just fails to get on the end of it.
Here comes McGeady, moving out. McGeady, and he's got tricks in his trade. And he's just overrun it there, and Hamill can play it away. Fernandes forward. Fernandes looks up, wants to see where Wales is. He holds up, still going. Hamill on the outside. Hamill. Well, it was heavy from Hamill. Well, David Fernandes and Gary Wales do have to try and link up together.
Yeah, he loves that. You see it right into him. I think Donati getting tight. He just spins. He loves feeling people. He loves getting touch tight with them. He knows where they are. They can get it onto that left foot. We know he's got a decent delivery. You see, Boris is out. Wales just fails to connect.
Simon Ford wants his goalkeeper there. And he does come forward, Alan Cole. Craig Bryson, touchdown. Fernandes and Brown. Fernandes wins it. Just can't link with Wales. Cut out by Caddis. Here comes Nakamura. Back on to Caddis. Stretched well. Good intelligent ball in field. Onto Venagura. Heslick thought about the shots. Well, he had McDonald to try and play through. That's how the space opened up. Disappointing for the Dutchman.
Yeah, it was, but it's all about the young man again. Stretching for it to pick out that pass into Venagura Heslick. Yeah, he did it, McDonald. Should have maybe slipped him in, but you know he's a good goal scorer. He tries to take on the shot. I'm sure McDonald would have done the same.
Down by Corrigan. On to Bryson. Looking for it, Fernandes. On to Invincible. Invincible up against Naylor. Going for the byline. Decent ball across. The goalkeeper was struggling. Now here comes Gary Hay. Hay. He'll win the corner from Caddis. And Kilmarnock looking very dangerous thanks to Danny Invincible.
Yeah, we know he's quick. He picks it up. He just goes at him. Stands up, a great ball to the back post. Nobody can go on the end of it. They're starting to get the ball up to strikers. You know, hit their targets, getting people up the pitch. Certainly playing in Celtic's half.
Craig Bryson it was, up in support. Corner, headed across by Donati. And that's another corner. And Fernandes rolls it out. It's going to be Gary Hay who'll take it this time. And Gary Hay just stops for a word with Fernandes. Simon Ford. He's forwards. So to Fraser Wright, Gary Hay. The left foot delivery. Coming on top of Arthur Boric and Co. In, headed down by McManus. McGeady forward, an opportunity now for Naylor to move. Still going through the middle. Naylor sends it wide. McDonald is offside. It looked it from his angle. And the assistant referee James Bay was quick with a flag.
Can't get caught offside there. From that angle, he's looking across the line. It's a great break. They've got Nakamura one side, McDonald the other, and he strays offside. It's poor play from McDonald. He must look across that line. what a difference for Kilmarnock. You know, lumped up to one striker in the first half. Now they're playing it the right way. It's into feet to two strikers. Certainly paying off on them. They just have to be careful as you see how quick Celtic are in the break.
Scott McDonald, plenty of pace about him. McDonald, McGeady goes on the outside, takes it from him. Nice touch from McGeady. Up against Ford, the step over into the box, pull back across. Fraser Wright did well. Very good. Hesselink knew it wasn't coming to him where he was. He'd moved away looking for a second ball.
Yeah, McGeady gets on the ball, gets himself in a one-on-one situation with Ford. Again, hangs up to the back post. It's great defending because he's stumbling. He's on his way out and he heads it for a corner.
I'm going to go with Hesselink. 10 goals this term, 18 last season. He'll be looking to beat that tally. Nakamura. And this forward, Donati with a head flick back. That's bundled in! And the goal comes from Gary Caldwell. A simple corner kick flicked on, and Gary Caldwell celebrates the goal.
It's simple but effective. With just a front post corner, it's flicked on. I was watching the three big men, Hesselink, McManus, Caldwell. One goes front post, the other two peel round the back. It's flicked on and it's headed in by Caldwell. There you see it, flicked on, he's got himself round the back. McManus has gone front post, you see him there. Caldwell, Hesselink round the back, bullet header.
Well, Gary Caldwell was a sub in last season's final, and he rose well, and he's helping Celtic towards the last 8. Donati did his job at the post, and Gary Caldwell finished it. And it's Kilmarnock 0, Celtic 2.
It's a hard one for Jim Jeffries and Billy Brown now. They've opened up, they've gone 4-4-2, they lose another goal. And it was just when they were having their best spell of the match, starting to work their way into the game, Celtic hit them with a killer punch.
Well, they don't have too many options on the bench in terms of out-and-out goal scorers. Paul Di Giacomo, Alan Johnson, maybe he has to try and change the game. Ryan O'Leary is the defensive option. Donati, back on to Boric. Well, particularly clever ball away, McManus. And tried to help it on. So never turn your back on these. You can come back to bite you. Here's Nakamura. McDonald. Right. And there's Nakamura and the referee. And the problems to seek killing. You want to take on Ian Brines as well. Donati. Infield on to McManus. Gary Hay. Infield on to Corrigan. Closed down by McGeady. Flicked on by Hamill. Here's Bryson. And that's out of play. Geddes tries to play it away. Already knew it was over the line. Time for defensive realignment. Hay. Fernandez, clever, and Caldwell back with a challenge, but the offside flag had gone up, so they will not even draw a corner. And a little layout from Gary Caldwell and a smile. So Gary Caldwell is the man who scored the 50th Scottish Cup goal in the history of the meetings of Kilmarnock and Celtic. This is the 18th match, and Gary Caldwell strong to hammer it home with his head. Flicked on by Donati. When there was 3 Kilmarnock jerseys there, they could do nothing. Forward on to Fernandez. Lovely flick from Scott McDonald. Celtic enjoying themselves now. It's lunchtime, they're feasting on Killie. That time McGeady couldn't wrap himself around the ball. McGeady. There's something on the heel of the boot there. Little white flash. invincible. That's it down onto Wales. You mentioned, Billy, that Kilmarnock had changed it and gone 4-4-2. Do they take more risks? Do they just hold out and hope that some chances will come their way?
I think they'll leave it for a little spell, see if they can nick a goal. If not, they'll have a go. They won't have it just now. If they open right up just now, I think Celtic could destroy them, maybe go 4 or 5. Maybe leave it for 10-15 minutes, have a go for 20 and maybe stick another one up front. But right now they've got to leave it. They've not got many options, as you say, and this formation's probably right for the time being.
Jim Jeffrey said his men had to win against Airdrie United. The pressure was on them, and then he thought they were right for a cup upset. So there was less pressure on Kilmarnock today. Still love to see them guide their way past Celtic. With Celtic, they've been strong, they've been very resolute. There's a problem there for Jamie Hamill, and they've also played some decent football, Celtic. McGiddy was playing for the ball. Jamie Hamill just taking a little knock in the kneecap. Benagura Hesselink is being held by Fraser Wright. He continues to go. Benagura Hesselink forced outside the box. Bryson goes in on the slide. Caddis on to Nakamura. Nakamura closed down by Hay. And shows too much of it to Gary Hay. Just took his eye off the ball for a second. Hay then on to Wales. Wales writes the challenge, but he's going to run into Gary Caldwell. Played infield. Here comes Bryson. Bryson gets it on to Fernandez. Fernandez had men in front of him. He went backwards, and now Kilmarnock have to go backwards. Here's McGiddy, plays it out wide. This to wrap it up. Benagura Hesselink for the quarter-final. It could have easily been a chance for Kilmarnock. Instead, Celtic break them down, and Benagura Hesselink makes them pay.
It's all from one bad pass from David Fernandez. Holding his head in shame. He just picks the wrong direction. He's got a chance to put a Kilmarnock player through. He knocks it back. Celtic pick up. We were talking about how quick they were on the break, especially when McGeady's on the ball. Picks out Hesselink. There's only one place that's ended up. A great left foot strike. No chance for Cole.
It was a case of, can you hear the drums, Fernandez? Because quite simply, Celtic went to the other end and rolled it into the net.
Still got a lot to do, you know. I know they've got men up in abundance, but you know, it's how quick they break. McGeady's on it in a flash, and he's through, and he picks out the perfect pass. Hesselink only has to take 1 or 2 touches and blast it home.
Kilmarnock 0, Celtic 3 at Rugby Park. The last 6 Scottish Cup meetings have been decided over 90 minutes. This looks like it'll be 7 in a row. Well, it's going to be hard to try and get 2 goals back. Never mind 3, it could be 4. Benagura Hesselink coming forward. Little flick onto his strike partner. Here comes Scott McDonald. He was always going to try it and then apologise. There was very little point in anybody running to support him. Scott McDonald had made his mind up early on this one.
Jim Jeffries a bit worried, man. Now 3-0 down. They're having to leave themselves man for man at the back. We know how strong Hesselink is. Just holds it in. Gives it to McDonald. He should return the favour, but he tries to score from a ridiculous angle. But he's a man on form. He's scoring nearly every week. He's going to try and take those opportunities.
Do not adjust the colour on your set. That is actually the colour of the boots of Jose Samaras. A hideous orange colour. Well, we won't miss him, that's for sure. And I reckon we'll see him before too long. McGeady, Celtic flowing. Up against Hay. Fowler going in, just nudging McGeady. The two are a little disagreement. The ball moves forward onto McDonald. The referee spotted that. He may take action. It was Fowler and McGeady. McDonald goes to ground against Fraser Wright, and the referee wants a word with Fowler and with McGeady.
Well, just getting frustrated now. Kilmarnock. McGeady on the ball. McDonald after that, and Wright's tight to him. And also Fowler tight to McGeady, giving him a bit of what for, and you know, it's just pure frustration.
Well, Fowler was unnecessary, and then you can see McGeady put the left leg in.
It's naughty from Fowler, you know. McGeady's released the pass and just boots him off the ball. He just can't do that.
Giddy. He'll have the last laugh. His side are 3 ahead, looking for more. Samaras continues to warm up. Nakamura gets ready for the free kick. Kilmarnock will hope that this doesn't get too ugly. Celtic have won the last 3 Scottish Cup ties without conceding. Leading by 3-0. Plenty of big men forward. Nakamura plays it across, headed out almost onto Donati. It was Fowler who got the touch. Get the header away. Hay leading the charge. Push in the back there by Brown on Bryson. And the 2 Niggles making their way to the surface. Lee Naylor is down inside the centre circle. Well, it looked like he fell rather awkwardly going back. As far as Gordon Strachan's concerned, Billy, job's done. Second thing now will be no injuries, no problems.
Yeah, no injuries, no suspensions, and maybe even the big sign in Samaras getting a run out now, give him a little shot, see if he can get himself a goal.
Well, now Fernandes was sent on to try and change the game, and in a funny way he did. Would he possibly finished it as a contest? 2 men ahead of him, he sent the ball back. Corrigan had little chance, and the pass from Aidan McGeady, absolutely delightful. Forward looking initially for offside, and very good at Hesselink, just rifled at home.
Quality punishes you, simple as that. Bryson played the ball to him, and it should have been a 1-2. He decides to turn it back the way and pass it to Corrigan, who loses out in the tackle to McGeady. Just the qualities. Certainly punishes your team.
Well, it's not been a good cup year for David Fernandes, sent off against Hamilton in the League Cup exits, and today on the field and makes the error, leads to the 3rd goal. Very good at Hesselink, was holding at the edge of the box there. Looks like Fraser Wright who's gone down on the edge. Very good at Hesselink has to be careful, he's already been booked. Well, he holds his face as well.
It's a clear free kick, isn't it? Just played in there and just hold them off with his right arm right across his face. The referee can't do anything else but give a free kick.
So up on the edge of the box. Kilmarnock looking to try and get back into the game. Oh, Gary Hay got a couple of goals in his second match for Killie against Aberdeen. Jimmy Hamill is there too. Craig Bryson might fancy another Scottish Cup goal against Celtic. Well, the referee's taking an age for the problems with the wall. Fraser Wright's just to the side. Arthur Boric last lost a goal against AC Milan at the start of December. Gary Hay, well does the job. It was Naylor, back to Hay, flicks it on, the flag stayed down. Arthur Boric was easily there.
But retaliation there from Boric. He knows that Jamie Hamill after the first half is going to leave his studs in. He was certainly leaving his up.
Swiftly forward again by Celtic. Again, no way forward. So Kilmarnock 0, Celtic 3. Caldwell forward, Celtic thinking about a change. Caldwell again, Donati. Fraser Wright. Fowler, Fernandes tries to find it to Wales. Fernandes plays it out wide to Invincible. Good cross! Jimmy Hamill, good goal! He scored against Airdrie United on Monday. It's 2 within a week in the Scottish Cup. He hurts the neck slightly, it's worth the pain. Kilmarnock 1, Celtic 3.
That's a well built up goal. And it's Fernandes involved, trying to cancel out his mistake. He gets it and lays it wide, and Invincible looked dangerous all day, strong, gets a great cross. I was talking about it, midfield support runner. Hamill arriving, plants it in the bottom corner, certainly gives Kilmarnock a lifeline.
Still 25 minutes to go in the match. And Jamie Hamill went rising, got above Scott Brown, and a perfect header well away from the goalkeeper. And Celtic, having not conceded in the last 5, concede at Rugby Park. Flicked away by Ford. Well, the incentive is there for Kilmarnock now, still plenty time. Celtic, will they just try and step back up a gear? Jamie Hamill's second goal for Killie, both in the Scottish Cup. Jan Vinegar Heslett scored more often for Celtic, gets the initial block, cuts it back, McDonald! The front two combine again, and Kilmarnock's hopes are raised. Well, it's the pin of Scott McDonald that deflates them once more. Scott McDonald scores again.
This certainly cancels out that lifeline. It's that channel 1-on-1 situation again. Kilmarnock having to go for it. They're not comfortable. Hesseling down the side, tries to cut it back, blocked. He cuts it back again. It's a lovely little tidy finish from McDonald in his second of the day.
Beautifully done once more from Scott McDonald. 2 goals here when the sides met in November, and he scores twice again. Gets a hug from Gordon Strachan, and Samaras comes on, and he hopes to make his impact. He's not played since the start of December.
Yes, you would think it was maybe Hesseling going off, as you say. He's already been booked, Paul. It'd be interesting to see these two playing. 2 similar types, big guys, you know, can hold it in, but usually both in the air. But the two of them, we'll see how they play together.
Nakamura plays it through onto Venegura Hesling. Samaras still on the edge of the box. I'm not quite sure how you could see his hands flopping about his eye line. And there's the long killing ball, runs out of play. Well, Kilmarnock just had a brief glimpse of getting back into the game, but Celtic, Billy, pretty ruthless in shutting them down again.
Yeah, that's one way to cancel it out. You know, they did get themselves. Kilmarnock have taken a lot of confidence from their goal, but just to answer them straight away, pop up the pitch, and they scored a lovely goal. But Kilmarnock having to go for it, they're getting left exposed every opportunity.
Lee Naylor is struggling slightly. Celtic will keep an eye on that. The Celtic fans absolutely delighted. Celtic beat Kilmarnock by 4-1 back on July 2006. Last time they hit 4. But they've had a couple of great wins here. They scored 5 back in November 2003, 5 without reply. They have feasted here in the past. Fowler forward. Kilmarnock will continue to battle, but you wonder if the heart's in it. Corrigan forward. The high feet will go against Killie. Jamie Hamill. Second Scottish Cup tie for Killie, his second goal. That's going to count for very little. Caldwell on the score sheet as well. Donati just trying to give his goalkeeper something to do. Nakamura on to Caddis. Caldwell, oh, he saw that dropping over his head onto Nakamura. Nakamura kept that in, it was just on the line. Forward onto Caddis, closed down by Hamill. On to Craig Bryson. There's going to be no dream double against Celtic for Craig Bryson. He'll be part of that Clyde side. Fowler out of play. Well, George Burley, the new national manager, watches on. Interesting to see. That's what's impressed him here today. Bryson, bundled by Brown. Free kick awarded. Some spaces starting to appear for Killie. Hamill out wide onto Invincible. There's another good cross from that right boot. It takes a block. Wales goes up. McManus strong in the header. Naylor away. Samaras moving forward now. Doesn't have a great choice in boot colour, and let's see what he can do with the ball. Samaras holds up his man. Well, he went for the sensational start and dragged it wide. Good possession play, found himself in a good position.
Yeah, and you can see as a striker he had Nakamura wide, he just wanted to shoot. You see the warning signs there for Kilmarnock. He picks it up, he's willing to drive at people, he looks as if he's got a bit of pace, and when he gets in that situation there's only one thing he's thinking about, drags a shot, but a good piece of original play.
There's one goal this season against Norwich in the League Cup. Scored a couple of goals in the FA Cup in his time at Man City. In favour with Sven. Sven favour with Gordon. Here comes Nakamura. Nakamura looks up, Venagura Hesslink's made a run one way. On the other is Donati, terrific ball. Donati driving in on goal. The step over, no finish on the Italian, though it's hooked away by Ford. It's with Nakamura again. Kilmarnock firmly on the back foot, in fact probably both feet. Here comes McGeady, tries to get the cross in again, it's blocked this time by Hay. The Celtic fans sing their songs at 80 minutes away from confirming the fact that they're in the last 8 of the Scottish Cup.
They've just been dragged all over the place, and they've not played well, but I think all the credit has to go to Celtic. The performance has been exceptional, passing the ball, moving it, runners off the ball, finishes, can't ask for any more.
This is against the goalkeeper who's been in good form as well. Alan Combs saved well. Nakamura and Gary Caldwell wants a double. And that's gone over his own bar from Invincible. It just must have touched off the head of the Aussie.
It's that movement from the three big ones again, up for the set pieces. They come away to nearly the edge of the box. You know, they pull the three Kilmarnock defenders out. McManus or Caldwell or Hesselink will go front post. One will hit the centre there and the other one round the back. And if they get a flick on front post, as they did for the goal, that happens. If they play a long corner, you know, you'll get people attacking it there. They're just covering every angle.
Donati again comes to the near post, the corner in. McManus, I'm not sure what he was claiming for against Fowler there. Here comes McGeady. McGeady, good play by Fowler that time. Bryson breaks, sends it on to Gary Hay. Little flick ball in, Brown with a challenge. Play on, says the referee. Donati then bundles in, that's careless. Corrigan out to Invincible. Good play from Invincible. Fernandez! Just couldn't get up in time. Now the ball breaks to Hamill. Fernandez back on his feet. Hamill, low ball across, looking for Corrigan. Touch in, the 1-2 was almost worked with Bryson, but the ball comes through onto Fernandez, onto Bryson. Plenty of power on the shot, just off target. The referee's going to his back pocket. He's wanting a word with somebody, and he shows the yellow card, I think, to Scott Brown.
Yeah, it's a late tackle. There was a few tackles committed, but good play by Ian Brines. Let him play go. Again, Invincible isolates himself against Naylor. You know, that's how Kilmarnock got the goal. Just wondering about Naylor's injury. He goes past him, he stands another ball up. Kilmarnock get players in the box. Fernandez just can't get above it. Comes back out. It's a great strike from young Bryson just past the post. Good spell for Kilmarnock.
Well, they've done well to try and keep going, that's for sure. Paul de Giacomo introduced, Danny Invincible has been withdrawn. Scott Brown now with a couple of yellow cards, so suspension looming in the Scottish Cup. He was booked against Stirling Albion. He's booked here this afternoon as well. And Ian Bryan's just telling Artur Boric, could you get on with it? Well, it is the yellow cards in the likes of the matches, you know, against the Stirling Albions, the lower teams, when you're winning at home quite comfortably. Then when you actually make a bad tackle, you get another one. Well, it's the other ones that start to rack up and count. Here comes Celtic through Nakamura. He bit early. Nakamura going, he's dragged it just wide. Don't think the goalkeeper got a touch, but you could tell from our angle, which was perfect, the shot was being dragged wide by the Japanese.
Nakamura's asking for a touch. He gets himself there. Hey, commits to the tackle, misses the tackle. He's on it. She's unfavoured right foot. I think Cole might have got a slight touch. Nakamura asks for the corner, doesn't get it.
Well, the change is being made by Celtic as the captain, Steve McManus, who takes off the armband and he'll offer it to Jan Venagura Hesselink. And waiting to come on, it's the Englishman, Dan Rodee. And He scored in the competition last term against Livingston. So Kilmarnock 1, Celtic 4. Just over 14 minutes to play. Bryson to the near side. Bryson again, forward onto Howell. Hamill gets away from Brown. Brown can't meet the challenge. Hamill lays it back. Decent ball from Bryson. Arthur Boric comes out. That's more like the Arthur Boric we know. It's very good. Hesselink can't control. Here come Kilmarnock through Martin Corrigan. Corrigan, little chip ball forward, looking for Wales. Wales tries to get it to Fernandez. Anody did his job. Here comes McGeady again. Scintillating form in November and December. Sends the ball across Fraser Wright. Just wasn't sure. He took charge of the situation. Right forward, only as far as Donati. With very important contributions this afternoon. With Donati. It's going to be a corner. McGeady and Fowler battling for it. Lady McGeady, some of the 2005 final, started the final last season. And McGeady will be looking for a Scottish Cup goal. He's scored in all the other competitions for Celtic. He's never scored in this competition. Samaras standing at the near post. Nakamura delivers. Diego is coming forward. Gary Caldwell, goal scorer, can he be supplier? The nutmeg on De Giacomo. And De Giacomo thought, nah, you're not getting past me, you can have the free kick.
It's lovely play by the big centre half, turns into a jinky winger. But you see the movement again. Wadee now going front post, comes to the back, who's there? He picks it up, he does a little shimmy, little nutmeg, draws a foul.
Shinsuke Nakamura. He's going to whip one in again. That left foot might drop in on Alan Combe. Referee in Bruins just wants Gary Hay to move back a touch. And Gary Hay then moves back forwards. Nakamura complains. Kilmarnock with everybody back, bar Fernandez. Nakamura comes. Combe, 2 fists on it. Brown returns it, O'Day. Hamas still going. He could be a very useful addition for Celtic. Bryson trying to take it behind them. And into Brown. De Giacomo. Celtic come again, neatly wide, Vinegar to Hesselink. Going back in field, Giddy. There's Naylor on the overlap. Giacomo goes to close down, Naylor just drives it across. Let's do with both teams, Billy. Celtic, well, this is exactly what they wanted. Potentially a tricky tie coming to Rugby Park, but they've wrapped it up quite comfortably.
Yeah, performance absolutely exceptional. A lot of people saying about Celtic just now not really playing well, you know, scraping through again. They'll certainly put that to bed today, as we're talking about the passing, the movement, off the ball, the quality of crosses, the quality of finishes. They've had it all today, and now they're just enjoying it, Paul.
Here comes De Giacomo. And from a Kilmarnock point of view, I mean, 1 win in 13 in the SPL. They've had their problems. Jim Jeffries will be hoping to get all these players back fit, just 1 or 2 now out. And as the offside flag will go up, and then try and turn some of the positives they've had against Airdrie, and at times today, and turn that into good league form.
Yeah, you can see the confidence with the way the season's gone so far. It's drained out the team. Suspensions, injuries, and they're lying second bottom in the league. I'm sure Jim Jeffries will just write off this season, look to put a few points on the board towards the end, and get a bit of confidence back in his team, get a few of his players back, and just start again for next season.
Scott McDonald remains on the field. I thought he might have come off for a rest, but it's Scott Brown who goes off instead. 3 semi-finals in the last 3 years for Scott Brown. This could be his year for the final. And Evander Snow from Dordrecht comes on. Brighton taken down by Nakamura. 9 minutes to go. And headed that out of play.
Tell you one thing about Celtic today on top of all that, certainly not pulled out of tackles. You know, the two front players booked, Nakamura flying into a tackle there, Vennegoor, Hesselink, McDonald booked on top of that.
Beautifully down, there's an opportunity. Bryson then to Giacomo. Snow. And then the long pass forward, but the goalkeeper gathers. Ford. On to Fraser Wright. Deeply forward, Wales. On to Fernandez. Fernandez held up, he's got Hean behind him. Boric for the save. I think that was going wide. Boric wasn't sure where he was. Decided just to turn it away.
Credit to Kilmarnock, not giving up. We've created a couple of chances this half. It's played into Fernandez and he follows up. He just doesn't stand still. He's passing and moving. It comes back to him. Hits a good strike. It's going wide. Boric has to deal with it. Great save.
Bryson in. Donati out. Going in a little bit heavily on the far side. Referee allows play to continue. McGeady almost nonchalant of the pass away. Samaras looks for Snow. Snow takes the touch. Well, we knew there'd be snowfall in Kilmarnock today. I do apologise.
Well, you should.
I wish he would play at times. It's just too easy. Here comes McGeady. Lit up many a match this season, including this one. Here's Snow. On to Donati. Snow again. Well, he was put to ground that time by Fraser Wright. And one or two sarcastic cheers from the Kilmarnock fans below us here in the commentary box.
Good feed from the big man. Taken out, clear foul.
Evander Snow, another player with a point to prove, with others coming in. Here's to Giacomo. Scored on his return to Kilmarnock from the loan at Partick Thistle. Fernandez. Solid out to Wales. Wales lays it down. I tried to for Hamill, just misguided. Donati to the Greek internationalist. Simon Ford against him. Samaras past him. Ball still on the left side. Goes for goal! And on his debut, he shows why Gordon Strachan has brought him to Celtic. Beautiful curling shot into the corner. Celtic at 5. Georgios Samaras scores for the first time for Celtic.
If you want to make yourself a hero, that's how to do it. I don't think this guy's a striker who'll stay right up top. I think this is a guy who'll peel channels, he'll link it up. He's a big guy, but he finds himself out in this right wing with a lovely channel run. He's still got so much to do. He's a one-on-one situation with Ford, goes past him as if he's not there, drives in the box, and does he spot that far corner and just rolls it clinically into the far corner of the net. No chance for Alan Cole. Brilliant from Samaras.
It's bedtime for Kilmarnock. The ball tucked into the bottom corner. And the Killie fans leave as the Celtic fans celebrate. Kilmarnock 1, Celtic 5. A goal to remember. Number 5. Simon Ford launches it forwards. Gary Wales on Caldwell. That was unfair. Caldwell just knocking him over. Kilmarnock have been dispatched by Morton last season in this competition. Hearts in the 2 seasons prior to that. And this season it will be Celtic that end their Scottish Cup hopes. Samaras beautifully into the box. Ford in his wake. And the curl into the corner, absolute precision.
Just sheer composure. Still, as I said, got so much to do, but as I say, he looks as if with his height he'd be a tall target man. He's peeling wide, he's linking things up. He looks a great addition already.
Well, I know they're talking, some of the papers on the radio stations, well, that Rangers may have done better in the transfer market. Tell you what, Celtic haven't done too badly if they're bringing the likes of him and Barry Robson too. Fernandez lays off onto Hay. Fernandez into the box, turned away. Day brought down by De Giacomo. Brilliant play by Naylor initially. De Giacomo continuing to go. Wales is screaming for the ball, and the corner is awarded. It just comes off Lee Naylor. And they continue not to give up, Kilmarnock, to be absolutely fair to them. But the last Scottish Cup win against Celtic is going to remain the replay from 1970 when they won 1-0 here. The hero that day, Derek McDicken. Jamie Hamill has scored in this competition today. Not the only consolation for Kelly.
Brilliant defender from Naylor there.
Corner deep, Boric didn't get there. Will break down. Fernandez goes down initially and just can't beat Venegura Hesselink. Well, come on, we'll hope this won't get any worse for them. But Celtic are flooding forward in great number. Nakamura. Samaras again, trying to be the supplier. Alan Combe just with the fingertips. Aidan McGeady was waiting for a tap-in.
He just couldn't get the angle on it, and again breaking so quickly up to Nakamura. Picks it out Samaras on the right side. You know what he delivered the last time? This time he just tries to roll an angled ball in for a tap-in for an on-rushing Celtic player. Just can't get his angle right. Combe gathers.
Samaras into Nakamura. There it goes on to Naylor. McGeady past to Giacomo. Beautiful cross turn onto Snow. Jimmy Hamill taking one on the thigh there. Nakamura. Samaras again. That took a little deflection, and that's a corner. The one he scored with was placed beautifully. There was so much power in that one.
Yeah, just relentless pressure. Kilmarnock, everybody, a defender in their 18-yard box, and just passing it across the face of them. Eventually out to Samaras, who hits a strike, it deflects and just goes about a yard wide of Combe's right hand post.
So the corner will come in for the far side. Little flick on D almost in there. Venegura Hesselink lays up Donati. The chip back to the Dutchman. Here's Caddis. Caddis against Hay. Going for the byline, little chip across. Good header away, but Fraser Wright ended in the net. Tell you what, he's glad the ball didn't.
It's good defending, but young man's just been absolutely brilliant going forward, and he does go to the byline, but he would blast it across as a young man, but he doesn't. His composure, he just dinks it over the goalkeeper. Fraser Wright has to head it clear, practically off his own line.
There'll be 2 additional minutes to be played. Celtic leading by 5 goals to 1. Nakamura into McGeady. McGeady still driving forward, flicked it across. Fraser Wright missed it that time. Samaras back. Nakamura into the arms of Alan Combe. 6 beckoned. Alan Combe made sure it wasn't to be.
Just so unselfish, Samaras. It comes to him at the back post, and good awareness to spot that. Nakamura coming in left foot. You expect a little better. Good take by Combe. I don't think Kilmarnock will be happy with that 2 minutes. I think they just want this game over and done with, because the way Celtic are playing, there could be another goal in it yet.
Wales across. Entered out of play. This will be Celtic's biggest win against Kilmarnock in the Scottish Cup since 1926, when they won by 5-0 in the first round on the 23rd of January. Kilmarnock trying to find a second goal. Ball will break out. Martin Corrigan with a drive, deflected, and it's gone wide. Well, he had dreams of his first Killie goal. He'll have to settle for the corner.
Yeah, it's cleared from Donati to the post. It's struck. It's that young guy Caddis again, doing his defensive job. We all know about him in this match going forward, but gets his body in the road there.
That's again with the corner after Boric gathers. Who would be the pick of the bunch for you today?
I think we're just speaking about the young lad at that age to come into this sort of game, and the problem right back position for Celtic, he's been different class, just getting himself up and down the pitch. Good passing quality, good defensive quality, everything asked of him, he's done it brilliantly.
Gary Wales just pushing in there. Paul Caddis goes to ground. Well, the 2 minutes of stoppage time have come and gone, and the full-time whistle goes. The handshakes, Gordon Strachan and Jim Jeffries for the afternoon belong to Celtic. Scott McDonald with a couple of goals, very influential. Jan Vennegoor at Hesselink too, saw a couple of saves from Alan Cohn, but he did get on the score sheet. And Samaras came on, and what a sublime little goal he scored as well. Gary Caldwell, his first Scottish Cup goal for Celtic. Business as usual for Celtic at Rugby Park. They continue on their winning ways. 11 straight wins. Kilmarnock now the 5th SPL side to exit the Scottish Cup this season. It finished at Rugby Park. Kilmarnock 1, Celtic 5.
Yes, it's comfortable.
Yeah, Caddis, we're talking about him there. What a great find he is for Celtic. You add that to Samaras. I think Celtic fans will be delighted, A, with the goals, B, with the performance, and C, with the new lads.
Yep, terrific pass, good finish here from Hesselink, hits the target, nice clean strike, keeper no chance there.
We actually did think there was going to be a little bit of a fight back, which was a lovely goal, but the fight back lasted all of 20 seconds.
30 seconds. Nice pass by Nakamura, the goalkeeper didn't need to come out that far, and a nice cut back from Hesselink and an easy finish there. Gordon Strachan's going to be delighted, his new striker. What do you want in your debut? A nice, clean, smooth finish. Delighted, it looked a good signing for Celtic. Composed on the ball, held that well, run with the ball, finished.
From Kilmarnock's point of view, Pat, well, they're second bottom at the moment, and on today's evidence there's an awful lot of work to be done, isn't there?
On my evidence that I can see that tonight, it's probably a good thing that they actually get out of the Cup just now, because I don't think they are strong enough to go in the Cup and in the league as well. They need to concentrate in the league. They're a distance ahead of Gretna, it has to be said, but take nothing for granted. You never know, 3 points for a win. They need to make sure they get themselves safe in the SPL first, especially with a performance like that. Good breaks now and again, I have to say. And it looked nice when they were breaking. They passed it well, but they were cut open absolutely well. Take nothing away from Celtic. Celtic played very well today. A number of players played very well for Celtic today. And as I say, I do think there's a lot of excitement that Celtic fans can have about these new signings.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you can't ask for more from Samaras. Interesting choice of boots, by the way, but he took his goal awfully well. He looks as if he's got something about him, John, doesn't he?
Well, I think he must be about 6'2" or 3". Sometimes you think a big, tall guy is going to be pretty static and a target man, but far from it today. He was right, he was left, he was all over that front line. Great movement from a midfielder's point of view. That's what you want, a striker who's happy to go wide or take it into feet. And he was very positive. He looked comfortable. And when he got that goal there, it was great confidence. Got the ball, only one thing in his mind when he get to the ball, drive at the defender, and it was a composed finish, slid it into the corner. So it looks like initial, it's going to be a good signing for Celtic.
It certainly looks that way. 5-1 that finishes for Celtic over Kilmarnock. You'll be able to see interviews and further reaction from Rugby Park on Sports Scene this afternoon at 4:30. Pat will be back alongside David Curry and Des McKeown to talk through the remainder of the afternoon's ties. Remember that sadly the Ross County St Johnstone game is off, but some other interesting ties coming up. I mean, Hamilton Accies out of jail, if you like, and now playing Aberdeen this afternoon at Pittodrie.
Yeah, again, it should be a good one because Hamilton Accies, it's a little bit of a shame that they didn't do quite so well in a game against Brecon, but they've got out of jail, as you say. But the fact that Hamilton Accies are doing so well in the league below, you know, if they hit form, that could be a very, very exciting game. So that's one certainly to look forward to. And obviously the Hibs Rangers games tomorrow is going to be a massive one. At this time of the competition, you can actually start seeing in the distance the wee glimmer of Hampden. So yeah, I think at this point in time the teams will be seriously up for it. And I think it could be a great weekend. Just a shame a couple of games are off.
Indeed, of course. But it's also interesting as well, Don, that so many SPL teams have gone out, haven't they? We've got games this afternoon, Livingston against Thistle, Morton against Queen of the South. These teams now dreaming of quarter-finals, maybe semi-finals, who knows?
Well, it gives them hope. From the lower leagues, what do you want to see? The big boys going out early. So it might be nice. We might see one or two of the first division teams in the semis, quarter-finals. So it'd be nice for the competition. Always nice to get the underdogs in there.
Yeah, and terrific atmosphere at Easter Road tomorrow, of course. Hibs against Rangers. They're always cracking games, those.
Always tight affairs usually. Hibs fans will be up for it, will be packed. Rangers in fine form. Hibs not so good, but they've got a great 3-0 victory against Inverness in the last round. But they'll go for it.
All right, well, more football 4:30, but it's time now for the opening weekend of the Six Nations. We're heading off to Croke Park in Dublin. Scotland, of course, play France tomorrow.